when people regard an athlete as the greatest of all time, oftentimes they're only referring to what the athlete has done, in the field of play,
Right.
on the court, on the racetrack, whatever it may be. Every single human being who, even if they don't know you personally, says Roger Federer is the greatest of all time, not just because of what he achieved in terms of numbers, but how he defined the sport. For instance, you had the record for a very long time, 20 Grand Slams. Then Rafa comes along and beats that with 21. Then Novak comes along and beats that with 22. And yet, when you talk to them, they say Roger Federer is who we're aspiring to, and he defines how we're trying to play. So I'd love to know, is it a little bit irritating that they're using you to beat your record, or does it strike you that these are your greatest competitors saying, yeah, but you're still the pinnacle of what we're trying to be?
No. Look, I feel very lucky to be that guy, and I know I've been since they come on tour, I've been there. So I think it's a great moment for them, to now show who they are without that Federer halo effect, me being around,
right.
And especially younger generation, they were not allowed to say, I want to win the US Open, because they were told, oh, you can't say that because, Novak and Rafa and Roger, we're all playing, so they are the ones that can say that. You're not allowed to say that. But I think, the end was very emotional, and to be actually on such a great sort of a friendship, really, with the guys at the very end of my career, after everything that we've gone through, brutal matches, great wins, tough losses, and at the end, always having this camaraderie is amazing. I mean, maybe just a little anecdote, because maybe people don't know, but we share the same locker room, we share the same restaurants, we usually get put in the same hotels, so we see each other all the time, and we even practice together,
You see, that's something I think a lot of people don't know, and when I found that out, it was one of the strangest ideas I had to wrap my head around. I don't think there are many sports where the greatest rivals
you would think so,
practice with each other. I always go like, I think of like kung fu movies as a kid. I don't want you to know my secrets. I don't want you to know my tricks. Well, and yet you would hit with each other. You would practice.
But that's why I ended up not practicing very much with Novak and Rafa anymore.
Okay, that makes sense.
Not so much with those guys.
Right, but you play with Stan, for instance, right?
Yeah, with a lot of guys. Stan Wawrinka, my guy, yeah.
And there's a camaraderie that you achieve. For instance, many were shocked, especially people who don't watch tennis, to see when you were saying goodbye to the sports. So many people were sad because I think for many, myself included, we felt like we were robbed of, the last few years. COVID robbed us of so much in our personal lives,
definitely.
in societal lives, but then also in moments like this. We got robbed of 2 years of Roger Federer playing the game. It felt like your retirement came so early. And when you did say goodbye, no, to us it did. It just
Not for me.
Your knees are telling a different story.